guys, long time no videos, really long time, as in months and months and months. However, there's been a lot going on in my life. You can see one of the things going on. The other one's over here. We have two new kittens in our house. We just adopted them last week. They're definitely making themselves at home. And aside from that, I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to do this as like a life update video, and maybe I will, and then I'll do stacking the shelves in my next ones. So a lot has happened in the last few months since, what was it? I think April I did my last video. We have moved up to Duluth. You'll notice I'm in a completely different filming location. We are still in the midst of remodeling the upstairs of this house. So yeah, the house is about half as big as it normally would be. So this is my bedroom, office slash filming area slash everything. My husband has his office in the living room right now, and everything is kind of I have a pine needle on my shoulder. Is kind of tight right now, but we're gonna give this a shot using it. You can just watch the cat give himself a bath in the background. There's another little orange cat giving himself a bath over there. I think in my last video I talked about, the builders being done and we were working on renovation. We are almost done with the drywalling and then getting ready to put in the flooring. We wanted to be done with that sooner, but then in mid-April, we decided to go ahead and sell our house in Ham Lake. So we could be up here more. So we ended up putting our house on the market. I think it was the first week of May. It sold right away. Then we had to get everything moved out of there and get ourselves moved out of there. My son actually graduated the first week of June. We closed on our house in May the first week of June. In addition to all of that, I got a really interesting job offer. And so I ended up quitting my job at Cargill, and my last day was also the first week of June. And I'm filming this during the second week of June because it's the first time I've had some time to like get caught up on things. So just a lot going on this last month. So basically we sold our house, we moved up to Duluth, I quit my job, my son graduated from high school, and just really a lot going on. It's been very, very hectic and very, very stressful. In the midst of all that, we were doing a lot of running back between the cities and Duluth, like bringing stuff up and trying to get stuff settled in the new house. Yeah, so quite a bit going on, and I'm happy to I have a week off here, and I'm using that to like unpack stuff and get caught up on some videos, things like that. Yeah, so just happy to be through that process. I start my new job next week. I'm going to be working for a startup company called Claros that's working on PFAS remediation. I'm still going to be doing my patent agent slash scientist type of job, and it will be full-time remote, so I'll be able to do it from here in Duluth, which is nice. So, and those two little cuties behind me were like bathing, doing synchronized bathing, I guess. The orange one is Nito, and the black and white one is Artie for short. The boys wanted to name him Artorias from the guy in Dark Souls. So yeah, we have Artorias and Gravelord Nito, both video game characters, but we're just calling them Nito and Artie because that's kind of a mouthful. And they are both a little under a year old, so they may decide to come and help me, and that could ruin this whole video. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I guess my son's and here's one of the helpers. My son's graduation went really well. You want to be in my lap? Okay. Here's Nito. Yeah, he just likes me to hold him. So son's graduation went really well. He graduated from the Sims program with high honors. He also got like a high scholar or something like that, but he did very, very well. Wonderful last trimester for him. He's very much looking forward to starting college here in Duluth, and then he is also roughing. He's started doing that in Duluth as well, so that's good. Roughing for hockey. I'm getting chewed on. This little guy likes to chew. He likes to chew on everything. Yeah, be good. you want to get down? Okay. Anyways, I'm worried if I let him down, he's going to actually knock over the tripod. So I'm kind of holding on to him here. Other than that, I know this is kind of like a wandering, me going a lot. But it has been a very overwhelming couple months. So this is just a little bit of a life update as to what's going on with that. So I'm very much looking forward to starting my new job next week. I'm excited to be living up here in Duluth full time. It's like such a weight off my mind just because I was trying to keep track of stuff for like both houses and trying to coordinate everything with us running back and forth, and it kind of sucked because my son was staying up there full time for school and we were running back and forth, and the cats ended up, so our older cats, we had Cheza, who was 13, and Sprocket, who was 14. We moved them up here mid-April, early May, once the house went up for sale, so that we weren't having to like get them out of there all the time. Sadly, a couple of weeks ago, Sprocket did pass away. He was 14. He had been having some issues with eating and puking, and which, cats kind of do that. The vet thought it was stress, and so not a big deal, but then he got super, super sick one day when we were up here, and all of a sudden couldn't walk. And ended up finding out he had stomach cancer, and he had a ruptured tumor in his stomach, and we got him to the vet clinic in time for him to be put down. Well, I got him to the vet clinic in time for him to be put down, but he probably would have died like not too long after that if I hadn't got him there quickly. So that was also very stressful, and to have that happen in the middle of moving and in the middle of switching jobs, in the middle of graduation for my son, everything was just very, very crazy. But we are very grateful to have adopted these little nutballs. They are quite a bit of trouble. They're kind of funny. They go from like 60 miles an hour to sleeping. And our older girl, who's 13, she is actually pretty good with them. There's a little growling the first couple days, but they've been here almost a week now, and they all play together, and they're all being very, very good. And I'm sure they'll go back and start fighting just to like prove me wrong or something. Anyways, so that is a rather rambling long update. For this channel, for now, I'm going to go back into doing best books of the month and stacking the shelves. I do have a very extensive stack of the shelves, so I'm going to break it up into a couple videos again like I did last time. And then I think for best books of the month, I have from December to May to go through. So I will do that in another video. So yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, sorry for being absent for so long. I know I don't have a ton of followers who actually watch these, but for those who do, thank you. And I will keep making them because I usually do this more as a hobby. I don't really get any financial benefit from it. So I'll keep going, and maybe eventually as things settle down with my new job here, I can start doing some more creative content like I used to do. It's just been the last few years ever since kind of I got laid off from 3M, and then we had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it's been just kind of one thing after another. But hoping we're going into maybe a calmer stretch here for a few years. That's the hope. All right. I will talk to you guys next week for Stacking the Shelves, and I hope you had a good time reading. And again, talk to you later. Bye.